Hello everyone, I'm ExtraCheesy87 and this is Let's Play Miles Edgeworth 45 edition. I'm not tilted anymore, at least for now. I don't know about the last video, man. Same day as I recorded the last one, but that was like a few hours ago. And I think honestly I'm going to chalk it up to I shouldn't have recorded two videos back to back like that. That was a foolish decision. Especially like as the first thing in the morning, or like almost the first thing in the morning. That was not a smart decision. I think that helped exacerbate the tilt. But we're back, and we're not gonna think about the guitar pick. Even if it's not right, I mean, I think if you pick the guitar pick, it should have at least given me like an extra hint or something, because it's like, even if it's not right, it makes so much sense that they should meet me halfway. I have here the security footage from both Alba and Babalo. You would do well to take a look at its contents. You move fast. Avon Karma strives to be perfect in every way. Yeah, like how your dad's perfectly in prison. It's not in my nature to keep on retreating like this. I took the liberty of looking over the Babalo investigation reports as well. From now on, you will make no excuse to back down and say that we can't solve this case. Sorry about earlier. We won't be beaten. Because my cute little subordinate is going to try his very best, isn't he? Has she patronized me enough for a lifetime? So this video contains footage from Alba's immigration screening area. I really hope there's something in there we can use. It's me! I'm old! I mean, there wasn't really shit there, but... I can't believe how completely fooled I was with the way he carried himself. He had me fooled too. According to the files I'd sent for earlier, Ambassador Alba was a Cadopian hero. He saved the royal family from danger countless times. So what bothers me is why would a man like that create a smuggling ring? Money? Even with all the authority I have, I still haven't been able to figure out why. Sounds like the ambassador was a hero who was corrupted by evil. No matter what happened in the past, we can't let the man he is now escape justice. And like, define hero, you know? Because you could definitely be a hero in a military conflict and be the fucking bad guy, you know? This man is the immigration officer who was on duty. He's making the exact same scary face that he was making a minute ago. Wait, is it just me or is he blushing? It appears he gets flustered around the ambassador. I guess the ambassador's well respected inside Albas too? You could say that. The guard doesn't appear to be capable of looking at the ambassador. These are posters of this country's tourist spots. Though most are of Gatewater land. I wonder if Alabasians in general like theme parks at all. The guard who stopped you has been to the Gatewater land a number of times apparently. I guess they don't have theme parks in Alabas, huh? They do got coupons, though. It's the door leading to the Theatrum Neutralis. The more the guy tried to keep me out, the more I wanted to get in. It's human nature. I guess I can't complain too much. I did get let inside in the end. At least nothing seems out of the ordinary with the door. I'm guessing there's nothing here. This man is the immigration officer who was on duty. He's making a really scary face, even though there's no one around to see it. Is he? I wonder if he's just the grumpy sort, although that wouldn't do much for tourism. He smiled just a little now. Wonder if he recalled something funny? Even if he did, he still has that hard glare in his eyes. It would appear he was born with the stern-looking eyes. Rather fitting for someone in the security business, I'd say. I don't remember all these posters. Wonder what they're of. I do remember a bunch of these hanging in the hallway. I believe they were all related to tourism and sightseeing. All the bust? Impossible. They were Bablo, I could believe that, however. What the fuck? No, they were posters promoting tourist traps in this country. And I believe they were mostly of Gatewater land. I see. So they were targeted the embassy staff. It's the door leading into the theater. Okay, this is the same. Yep. Yep, sure do wish I could skip the text. But, you know, fuck me, I guess. Okay, I'm not really seeing shit. Doesn't something about this lump shape strike you as... Is that supposed to be this shape? No, there is clearly something odd about the bulge. If only we had the pushcart itself, we could compare and confirm my hunch. The bulge is unnatural. Let us check the footage from Bob. Okay, I mean, I wasn't done, but... I hope it shows us something good. I was still looking, but... Nah, there wasn't a single sign of a suspicious person or anything. That right there is the contradiction. Did I miss something? You didn't miss anything, because there was nothing to miss. However, what is missing is the image of Mr. Cochin entering his own country. But wasn't his body found in Babylon? It would appear that the true face of our final puzzle has finally revealed itself. Whatever. Fucking flipping the screen off. Ambassador Alba. I thought I asked for you and your group to vacate the premises, Mr. Edgeworth. Actually, I thought I should let you know this theater sits on my country's soil. You've had your fun, and I've enjoyed our little game. I dare say you've even achieved a new high score. I'm flicking my shit at this. However, once you've recorded a score, that same game can never be played again. Don't worry, we won't be having that problem. Well, you don't gotta worry about us replaying this game again. I'm mostly joking. But it does seem like this game is falling victim to every single Ace Attorney game I play. Where, like, I'm kind of mostly vibing with it, like, 85% of the way through. And then the last 15% I get tilted out of my mind. And then I'm like, this game actually fucking sucks ass. And then I'm like, I'm never gonna play that again. And then 6 months later, I'm like, you know, it was actually kind of fun, that Ace Attorney game. Those are all. I mean, maybe if I don't like, even if I don't like the games, they're always fun to record. Well, I mean, because I like most of them. It's just always, I feel like the gameplay in the final chapter, like, it's always the weakest case. Because it's like that for... Maybe the first game is the exception. Because I remember liking Case 4 and Case 5. I think maybe Case 5 had a little bit of jank. But overall, I feel like those were the pretty solid. Like, purely gameplay-wise, like in terms of the prompts. I remember I had real beef with the final cases of the second and third game. And I also had beef with Apollo. And I've got beef with this game's final section gameplay-wise a little bit. Even though, like, I mostly like the story. Like, I actually like the story a good amount. I think it's kind of got, like, a neat little, you know, hitch there when it comes to, like, you know, diplomatic immunity and whatnot. Or, like, you know, sovereign soil. And I like how the killer wasn't immediately obvious. So it's got some shit going for it. I do think some of the prompts have been a little fucking annoying. Where it just feels like there's a bit too much bloat. Where they make you... Like, the questions don't line up with the answers. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? Your game is done. And it's game over, man. Game over. No. It is you whose game is over.
Objection!
Where do you think you're going at this time of night? After admitting to my crime, I was overcome with regret. I'm heading to the airport now to return home. I'm afraid I can't let you do that. There are too many issues I need to discuss with you. You can't stop me, Mr. Edgeworth, and you know it. Ah, please, may I have a little bit of your time, Ambassador Alba? Monsieur Paleno! Even just a teeny tiny bit is fine with me. The already strained relationship between our countries in a precarious situation, you know? Very well, if you insist. I will play just one more round with them and see what they want. Not that they'll get any further. Tweaking my shit right now. Ambassador! Nah, Mr. Edgeworth. All I wish for is the normalization of relationships between our two countries. But there's one person standing in the way of that dream. I believe in you. You'll do what's right. Or else you will never have the joy of eating a Babalese, or am I Alabastian? Whatever country I'm from, buffet. Because it's your Who the fuck are you? You're Babalese. That's what I thought. I know I was saying Alabastian, but that's shut up. Because like in my brain, I'm like, it's A on the left and B on the right. But then for some reason I was like, wait, no, that makes sense. So it's obviously the opposite. Think of your vote of confidence. What was it you wanted to ask me about? I have a flight to catch after all. I'm afraid I'm going to have to limit you to just one question. That's more than enough because I only have one question anyway. I want to hear your alibi about how you couldn't have killed Mr. Manny Cochin. Oh, I see. Seem to have a good hand this time round. This should be fun. This really is the very last chance you have to bring him down. I won't allow even an atom-sized contradiction to slip by me. Okay, so we gotta actually got it. Frankly, I still don't understand why I'm being placed under suspicion here. Under your hypothetical scenario, Mr. Cochin and I were fellow smugglers. But to get to the point, I was in Alabas the whole time. Actually, you were in the Alabastian embassy. You weren't actually in the country of Alba. I mean, like not in the literal sense, you know, because you're still like contained within a different country. Are you saying that you actually were in a different country this whole time? That you like got on a plane? Is that what you're saying? It's simply not possible for me to have killed him in Babalo. That's my alibi. That's your alibi? Correct. It's simply not possible for me to have committed a crime in Babalo. Now to clear that up, appreciate it if you would move out of my way. Hold it! I said hold it. What is it this time? I thought I told you I'd only allow one question. You did. You still have yet to really answer my one question. What? Until you tell us the truth, I will refuse to budge an inch from where I'm standing. Very well. I'll play with you just a little longer. Miles Edgeworth is my subordinate and representative of this country's prosecutors. You are forbidden to lose. Yeah, you tell him. I should save. In case they hit me with like a, you know, you can only present on one line or something. Because I feel like that's what they're going for. We're going to do that shit again where it's like if you press, they like get mad at you. Thankfully, they haven't done that. Was that the second game that did that shit? Because I feel like it was just the one that did that nonsense where... It was like maybe the end of the first game and the second game where they would have situations where you're not allowed to press, which was really annoying. That is something I've understood from the start. That guy's the one who ordered my father killed, isn't he? Yes, I believe so. The goal of the first Yatagarasu was the capture of the smuggling ring's leader. My father and Uncle Bad. Their legacy will live on. Through me. And that's why we've got to catch him, okay? We will, I promise. Now, Ambassador Alba, tell the truth now, shall we? No matter how many times you ask, my answer remains the same. Being the leader of a smuggling ring while taking on the duties of an ambassadorship? Don't you think that combination is more than enough reason for suspicion? Then there's the matter of the crossbow arrows and the Prima Duck statues. All of that is nothing more than your flights of fancy. I fancy a flight right now. What do you mean by that?
Hold it!
It's not a hypothesis. Earlier we proved it to be what happened. Let's leave that one to the side for now. Because it doesn't change the fact that I have no motive. Oh? So you really had no reason to kill Mr. Cochin? You want to suppose I had one, then why not? I'll indulge you. After all, this is nothing more than a silly game to me. Even if that's how you see things, I'd appreciate if you would take me seriously. So, suppose you're in a bit of a pickle. My pickle. Very well. Game is no fun if the playing field isn't level. Therefore, I formally claim I have no motive to kill. How can he stand there looking proud when he knows he killed another human being? Because I'm evil. Or at least a bad dude. I'm not gonna stand by and watch him get away with his crimes. Okay, what motive? Do we actually have that as a piece of evidence? We don't, right? Because, like, the renovations... Because honestly, really... I mean, he hypothesized that he wanted to kill him because... you could blame it all on him? Like, I don't know, it seemed kind of weak sauce. So I don't know if we can do anything with that. Because it was one of the other lines seemed more promising to me. Oh yeah, because we could... It was about like he couldn't have committed the crime in Babylon, which we're not saying he did that shit in Babylon. Are you serious? Just because you were partners you had no motive to kill? I'm only following your hypothetical scenario to its logical conclusion. Looks like he's not going to admit it himself that he was in league with Mr. Cochin. Suppose not. I don't know his relation to the smuggling ring, but I do know his relation to the smuggling ring and to Mr. Cochin. You mean he's the ringleader and that Mr. Cochin was subordinate, right? Correct, but I know more than just that. Miss Von Krom, I'm sure you remember the safe in Mr. Cochin's office, correct? Yes. The safe had 2 compartments to it, didn't it? And why do you think those stolen goods are being stored in Mr. Cochin's office? Could it be because he was trying to cheat Ambassador Alba behind his back? Mr. Cochin didn't turn the goods over, but decided instead to keep them for himself? I suppose that's possible. Seems to me both men are only concerned with their own wealth and well-being. That means maybe they didn't have a trusting relationship after all. But Ambassador Alba had to gain? I believe that his motive... I believe that is his motive for killing Mr. Cochin. What are you people whispering about amongst yourself over there? Sorry to keep you waiting. Now then, let's continue with your testimony.
Hold it!
What exactly did you do while you were in Alba? I had a meeting with the Steel Samurai, and then I arranged a few files. A little ambassador joke, you wouldn't get it. By around that time, the thief who was sneaking in took me by surprise.
Objection!
Are you saying that it was the Mask 2 that made the first move? Yes, and it was after I was attacked that I hit him on the head with the Prima Duck. Well, that was obviously a lie. Unfortunately, he died from the blow, but it was an act of justified. Well, when you say made the first act, do you mean like he attacked you first, or because he couldn't have been stealing first?
Objection!
Colin, if that doesn't cover up what you really did. Ah! Cover up. No, my boy. I'm not covering up anything. I'm telling the truth. You were planning to admit it, which is why you tried to frame the Steel Samurai. You weren't planning to admit it. If you weren't an ambassador, I'd be letting my whip fly loose on you right now. Terribly sorry I didn't clean up the body better. I'm a busy man. Had a speech to give in the Rose Garden after that, you know.
Objection!
Yet despite that, you still had time to kill Mr. Cochin, didn't you?
Objection!
Ah, ha, ha. Man is evil, and I'm sure you're familiar with the facts, but Mr. Cochin was killed in Babylon while I was all the way in Alba.
Hold it!
You insist that it's not possible for you to have killed Mr. Cochin in Babylon. And you're correct. Oh, thought you'd put up a bit more of a fight, but if you must concede to me. Only thing I'm conceding that it's not possible for you to kill him in Babylon. I am not conceding that your alibi is the truth. I see. However, no matter how hard you try, know that you can't crush my alibi. You'd be wise not to underestimate a prosecutor of this country. We'll see about that. So Mr. Cochin was a friend of Ambassador Alba. If that's true, then why did the ambassador kill him? It's not like in the case of my father where he ordered someone to do it. The problem we have here is we don't know what their exact relationship was. Indeed. They had complete trust in each other, and there's no motive because we need to prove that they didn't trust each other. Which, I mean, the fact that he wanted to steal the statue seems pretty untrusting to me. Right? Like, I mean, that could be what it is. Like, he found out that he was going to swap the statues, which would, you know, mess up the reconciliation event. I'm gonna think for a second. That seems like the most obvious thing to me.
Objection!
Okay. I was a little worried because it seemed too obvious, so I was like, oh, it's probably wrong. You want to know? I believe you did have a motive to kill. It's because Mr. Cochin had betrayed you. You had your own reason too. Damn, you want to pin the smuggling all on him. Evil begets evil, and because you were trying to test each other, it turned into this mess. I don't believe this. You have a bad penchant for telling tall tales, Mr. Prosecutor. And if you're not, then I suppose you have some proof to support your argument? I never use guesswork in moving my cases forward. It has been proven that this note was written by Mr. Cochin's hand. Shall we take a look at it? The content of the note is a request calling for the theft of Alba's Prima Duck statue. By killing him and pushing all the guilt for the smuggling onto him, you walk away spotless. I believe you understand what I'm driving at. You had more than a few reasons to kill him. I do like, because isn't that like the Von Karma voice too? Like that same, the little objection line? Because I remember he had like a kind of like monstrous type voice. I don't know if it's the exact same voice clip, but I think it is, which is kind of nice. Like a neat little touch. Are you finished with your hypothesizing? Excuse me? Let's suppose I did have a motive. Even so, a motive or a thought alone can't kill. Isn't that right? I didn't expect them to resort to playing the semantics game with me. I'm supposed to be the one doing that. It appears as where the real battle will begin. Now then, if you'll excuse me. Wait, what? I told you at the very beginning, didn't I? You only get one question. Ambassador Alba, if you could please just give us a little bit more of your time. Doesn't matter what kind of man Manny was, he was my subordinate. Which is why I would like for us to figure out what the real cause of his death is. That is something for Babala to figure out, and something of which I have no relation to. No's even turned down a request from Ambassador Palliano? I'm very sorry, but it seems that now even my voice falls on deaf ears. There's no need for you to apologize, Ambassador. Just find some way to stop him from leaving. Maybe this gun! Seems there are no further objections. In that case, please allow me to return home. Hold it right there, Ambassador Alba. Okay? Like I said, Mr. Edgeworth. The Yatagratsu's legacy will live on through me. Yes, but how do you suggest we stop him from leaving? I'll bite his ankles. You just leave that to me. Ambassador Alba, do you recognize this? No, and why should I recognize that tattered old organizer? Wait, where have I seen that before? This is a clue my father, Byrne Faraday, left for us. Did you say Byrne Faraday? Mr. Faraday's organizer. Don't tell me this is one from the second KG-8 incident. The one in which he wrote about the Yatagratsu's key. The organizer belonged to the prosecutor you had Miss Yu killed 7 years ago. I have no idea what you're talking about. You say like it's related to me. Inside this organizer, he wrote up every detail of every evil thing you did. What an amusing little girl you are. But that sort of trickery won't work on me. Nor my shiny nipple. If you won't believe me, then take a look at this. But like, he really should just be like, I'm leaving, and then he leaves. You know? It is kind of silly for him to like stay at all. And what is that toy there? Oh no, we're not doing this shit again, are we? Okay, no, we're just displaying something. We're not gonna fucking recreate the scene. That's... The thievery device was used by Yatagratsu, or rather, by my father. Where do you think the wind comes from? Do you think she just like sets up a fan off screen? 7 years ago, he used this when he snuck into the embassy. What? These two pieces of evidence that hold information the Yatagratsu dug up on you. Well, you, not you. You know, you's already in prison. And you's is gonna be in prison. You go home now and hesitate to send it all to Alabas right behind you. Little girl, get to the point. I want you to go up against Mr. Edgeworth one more time. If you win, I'll hand over this stupid... But, like, isn't the whole point that the government's corrupt? So it doesn't matter if he did that shit and everyone knows he did that shit. He's not gonna face any... Like... Yatagratsu, ever the thorn in my side. Okay, is that organizer really containing information on his dirty dealings? Nah, I made that shit up. Nothing case-breaking, really. Ah, it was just a bluff. Even if it was, we still can't let all the info my father and Uncle Bad found go to waste. Just the existence of Little Thief is troublesome enough for him. Those two pieces, aren't they keepsakes of your father? It's okay. I believe Mr. Edgeworth. He'll come out on top in the end. Okay. When the going gets tough, somebody's got to be there to put the wind back in your sails. With this fan. After all this time, you're still quite the feisty one. I applaud your powerful nature. I refuse to lose this too. Ambassador Alba, you won't be returning home until you give us further testimony. How dare you all barring a person like me. Ambassador Alba, your testimony, if you please. Alright, this is the absolute last. And even if you use all the powers of Ambassador Palliano's office, you won't stop me. Now this opportunity K has created for me to go to waste. last time I met with Mr. Cochin was here at the Theatrum Neutralis. After that, I was in Alba the rest of the time, as I stated earlier. Well, no, you said you gave a speech. In any case, I didn't see Mr. Cochin again. Actually, is the Rose Guard might actually be on his side. I can't remember. Yeah, because the stage is over here. I've been thinking the Rose Garden was through these doors, so it would still be in the theater. But I guess it's the stage, yeah. The actual theater, part of the theater, Neutralis. You see him? There's a time span in which I could have killed him. Wouldn't you agree? Since you people are practically begging, I'll allow you to question me. What an arrogant old man. No matter. We can't allow this chance to escape us. I'll warn you, though. You've reached the end of my patience. Waste my time with any inane questions and you will be punished. I'll give you the nastiest purple nurple you've ever experienced, Mr. Prosecutor. Any needless pressing. Oh no, they are doing this shit, you motherfucker. In that case, the only thing you can do is present the correct evidence. Understand? I don't intend to let him intimidate me. Okay, we know he was killed before we returned to Babylon. I literally just complained about this shit. Now, at least it's only like 2 lines, so it's not as bad. There's only one statement to which I need to present the evidence. Okay, we know he didn't return to Babylon. I met him in the Theater Neutralis. I was in Alba the rest of the time. I did not see him again after that. Okay, what do we have again? We have this. Which, I mean... The thing is, this is going into Alabas. So it's not like his body's in there or anything. That's just the hot dogs, I'm pretty sure. As we already talked about. And he has the murder weapon here in the theater. But it doesn't really fit with anything he said. There's no time span in which I could have killed him. Okay, maybe on this line you could present it? It's one of those where, like, I could see it being right and I can see it being wrong. Because we can't oops, I didn't mean to do that. Diplomats really do know how to craft answers. They don't know they don't answer anything. Or know how to craft answers. They don't answer anything. The only place he met the victim was in this theater. Then, when was he killed? You know that Mr. Cochin didn't return to Babla alive. Which means that the only time he could have been killed is when they were both here. That means he was planning to kill Mr. Cochin from the start. Okay. Oh no, don't do this, bug! I can't press! Okay. Because that's happened before, where it's like you have to press to get the thing to come back, but I would get penalized, and I would be so fucking mad if it didn't fix itself there. Alright. So we'll try this. So I don't know what this shit's about, man. I mean, well, I guess maybe that's how they transported the body? I don't know. I mean, I guess the body could have been in there with the hot dogs. And Larry just thinks there's hot dogs in there, and then meanwhile they, like, take the body and put it in the fountain, and that somehow connects back to the other place? I don't know. But alright, let's... That's him going to Alabast. Okay. I'll just, once again, I mean, the game, the series conditions you to expect bullshit. So, whenever it's like the answer seems obvious, you're like, I don't know. Because there's been many a times where I feel like the answer's obvious, and then it's like, no, wrong. I can take a look at this picture. It's a rather nice picture, isn't it? It was to commemorate the restoration of relations between our nations. Oh, it's commemorative, alright. When they captured the proof, I need to show it was you who committed the murder. Come again. This is the knife that killed Mr. Cochin. I see you recognize it. As well you should, for it was you who brought it into this theater. You hid it among the flowers you were to give to the steel. I just felt like, isn't the place like, aren't there people in the theater with them? Is it just a photo op of just these three? Cause that's also how he's gonna stab him, you know? Because like it makes more sense for him to kill him in the garden, right? Like that was maybe the purpose of the big distraction, was to stab the fuck out of Manny while everyone's like, oh my god, the Yatagaratsu. But meaning that you killed Manny Cochin here at the theater. General Mustard, you killed him in the theater with the Alabastian knife. It's time for me to catch my flight.
Objection!
We're not through yet.
Objection!
So do you think like when we, you know, beat him and he does his freak out, is like his nose gonna get really fucking long? Know what I mean? Game over for you, Mr. Edgeworth. I thank you for the entertainment. No matter how passionately you orate, the end result will be the same. I won't be returning to this country ever again. That's right. This man is an ambassador. He has extraterritorial rights. I never hardly chase after him. You won't be able to have him tried in court. That's exactly the face you should be making. The face of a worthless cur. He has used the C word on me. Now then, ladies and gentlemen, I must bid you farewell. The courts. So no one who can lay a finger on this man? Detective Bad with this fucking big iron on his hip comes in. This is an American court now, partner. Is this really the end? That was this guy. I would have preferred Detective Bad shows up, but fucking holds him at gunpoint. Agent Long! Sorry to keep you waiting, Mr. Prosecutor. The Golden Wolf has arrived. Get out of my way. My plane is scheduled to take off soon. Sorry, but you're not going anywhere, Mr. Alba. I'm through playing games with you people. Can't touch me. If you do, it would spark international incident, Agent Long. Sorry? No, it wouldn't. What? Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. Good job on the fort down here till I got back. So, Mr. Alba. Diplomatic immunity, been revoked. What do you mean, revoked? Spare me this nonsense and let me through. Long G says, before aiming for the throat, chew the neck shield off first. Interpol headquarters in the Imperial household of the Kingdom of Alabast. Took a while to get things rolling. They finally moved on it. Imperial household? What have you done? That's what you get. You shouldn't be a fucking royalist dog, motherfucker. They're not gonna stick up for you. Dumb piece of shit. You have been relieved of your duties as ambassador, Mr. Alba. Okay, well, I guess case done. So we don't really need to figure out the rest. Dude's fucked. Well, I mean, I guess in theory you could still argue self-defense and, like, get off. Which maybe that's what they're going for. Like, maybe the royal family's like, we're not going to stick up for you, but... Like, we're not going to give you complete immunity, but you're going to go to trial. You're going to say it was self-defense. We're going to find you not guilty in this case. And we'll give you, like, a golden parachute, you know, to go fuck off to some other ambassadorship, right? But they don't know that he committed another crime, and so we're still going to need to get him, right? I think that actually kind of makes sense. Because it does seem kind of weird for him to be, like, so unbelievably confident that, like, his country's going to stick up for him, and then they just immediately sell him out. It feels kind of... That's going to be my headcanon, is that the royal family was like, we're not going to completely stick up for this dude, but we're not going to throw him out completely to the wolves. You know, he's going to say self-defense. We're going to try him in our country. And it'll be hunky-dory. He'll get, you know, it'll be kind of like a little rough patch, but he shouldn't have killed that fucking guy, you know? And you have Mr. Prosecutor's videotape to thank for this. The video the Yatagrasu protected? Can't be arrested simply because you're an ambassador? In that case, I thought I'd chip you that title. And underestimated me, a descendant of the founder of the entertainment philosophy, Langzi. 4,000 years of deeply entrenched connections and networks around the world. Really paid off. Can't be. I don't believe this. My ambassadorship has been revoked. Looks like you're finally coming to grips with your new stand-in. Woohoo! Looks like he's turned docile again. Yeah, until he pulls out the fucking gun and he starts blasting. He's probably in shock from the loss of his shield. What a shame. What a shame. I had so wanted to use my whip on him. Why is this happening to me? I was a hard-working, honest ambassador. Do you really think you can still pull that on us now? Thought he ripped away the mask and seen you for who you really are, Mr. Alba. And then he does the backflip. Fucking old man Super Saiyan. Oh, I won't be stopped now. He still intends to fight us? And there's still like 8 questions. Like, we still haven't figured out A, how he killed the dude, and how he got the body over there. Like, the most important thing for, like... I mean, it's not really important, I guess, for finding him guilty anymore, but it's important for me. What if I'm no longer an ambassador? You still have any evidence on me? Fact remains, you cannot arrest me. Expecting no less from you, the boss of the smuggling ring. That's up to you, Mr. Prosecutor. Understood. You say I killed Mr. Cochin in the theater? Even if it's true, there was a knife in my bouquet. I left that bouquet in the theater. Anyone could have taken it out from there and used it, right? Claim he was killed here at Safazad. Wasn't his body discovered in Babalov? Are you claiming that I carried his body all the way over there? Preposterous.
Objection!
I'll be the one to prove whether it's preposterous or not. Ex-Ambassador Alba, are you ready? Okay, so we're gonna, same thing we did a couple videos ago, except, like, I think there's enough juice. I think we've probably still got, like, because I mean, there's still several things we have to establish. So with the wrap-up, there should be enough for a full video. So we're gonna call it here, unless it does end incredibly quickly. And I'll finish the game in the morning. So, definitely I feel a lot better. I don't know, just... I'll blame it mostly on myself for getting tilted in the last video. The thing with the chip, I mean, like, I get it. I get why it's not right, but come on, man. Or the pick, I should say, not the chip. But yeah, we'll finish things up next time, or, you know, latch it onto this video if it is really short. But I don't think it will be, because I think we probably got, you know, another 30 minutes of case at least, plus, you know, 10 to 15 minutes of wrap up. Which should be more than enough for a video. Alright, I'm Extra 87. Stay tuned for the next part. And bye, guys.